Hello, Mountaineer fans. Well, you know what? It is cold outside, but it's snowing in Myrtle Beach. It's snowing in Louisiana. Guys, it's crazy out there. Negative 14 right outside that door. But Mountaineer basketball team is hot. And before we watch them in an hour, I thought we'd talk a little bit about Mountaineer football. So stick around, and we're going to talk about all the transfers. I stayed in a hotel for 2 weeks in Morgantown, the same hotel that WVU is putting up their new transfers. So I'm going to talk about it. Stick with me.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative, I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase the bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Going down, I'll give up everything. Daunting, if I can see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail. I'll give up everything, daunting, if I can see my dream, make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything, make what I want a reality. Going down, I'll give up everything, daunting, if I can see my dreams, make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything, make what I want a reality. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
So, guys, how's everybody doing? Staying warm? I had to put a sweatshirt on during that introduction. So, I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of movement. And when I was thinking about the show, doing the thumbnail, and I thought, you know what? Is this going to be a negative or a positive spin? As I was going down the rabbit hole to be somewhat negative, I start looking at these other teams that have the same ebb and flow that the Mountaineers have as far as talent. You know, we had Trotter move on. Guys, it's not that bad. And when I say that because when I was in Morgantown, I stayed in a hotel. I'm not going to tell you where I stayed, but these kids are still there for a couple more days. These are the cats that were in the hotel I was in. So I'm going to share. So Jamari, Braden, William, Ty. Talked to William, talked to Ty briefly. Just said hello. Seemed like real nice guys. And when I saw William Davis, he seemed he seemed smaller than what his sheet showed. Like You know how like basketball programs in high school, a guy is listed as 6'1", he's like 5'11". That's kind of what, I'm talking about. So with that, I thought, are we really in a situation as West Virginia fans where we're getting guys that are coming from smaller schools? Are these gems? Are these guys, this untapped talent that Rich Rod and his staff has found that we don't know about? Are these the Steve Slaytons? Are these the Pat Whites? Pat White was only a 3-star recruit. Only a 3-star recruit. So do you trust, not the climb, but trust Rich Rod and find this talent? We trust that Ren Baker has got Kellogg, DeVries, now Rich Rod. What's going on? So let's go to the chat here before I get knee deep in it. So as always, we got Tim Green. Hi, Tim. He thinks we're going to be pretty good this year and a lot better second year. Well, pretty good, I think, is 8 wins. 9 wins would be fantastic. Kenny says DD and BB players need big money or we're going to lose them. That's no kidding. That's true. So if you want to donate to the Country Roads NIL Trust, I just went to the GOAT. It's a restaurant in Morgantown in Suncrest Plaza that has stuffed banana peppers that are to die for. And this restaurant / bar, it is the first of its kind for NIL, the proceeds go towards, putting athletic butts into the Coliseum and athletic butts into Mountaineer Field, so they can play. So, if you're in Morgantown, check that place out, the GOAT. Kelly's telling Tim and Kenny hi. So Robert Rice says, Ren Baker will do everything he can to keep this thing rolling. If the money is there, then we keep the DD, no question. Here's the thing. Who's to say they're not gunning for Ren Baker? If I'm a president or a chancellor in the ACC, or SEC or Big Ten, it's going to be top of my list. Top of my list. Absolutely. So, guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share the sheet that I was looking at when I'm back and forth on whether this is just untapped talent or are we grabbing folks, and I'll let you make your own decision, your own opinion based off of what I present. But is West Virginia just going through garage sale? Is this like going to Gabe's, or Ross and finding something that's fantastic? Or is this what every team's doing? I'm kind of leaning towards this is what every team is doing. You have kids transferring from Ohio State now after they won a national championship last night. So let me share my screen here, and I'll show you 2 examples here. So these are transfers for all of college football. So the number 1 transfer is the kid from Georgia going to the U. Okay, Carson Beck. Hopefully you guys can see this. And of course, news. Will Reed went from Princeton. He's coming to WVU. Big offensive lineman. So when I ran into Ty Crawford, what a pleasant, nice young man. He was waiting for his ride, and I was eating breakfast. And I said, "You have a great day and good luck." Saw him again, head nod. You just get a feeling that he's a quality kid, not a ball player, but just a good guy. But with that being said, let's talk about some of these transfers. You have a kid, John Mater from Washington State, going to Oklahoma. And then you have that Georgia quarterback going to the U. But if you go down, it looks like it's pretty lateral, or, Georgia going to Mizzou, Kentucky going to LSU. It looks like they're just poaching from each other. And we could all live with that, right? That seems okay. But you get down into here, you got Ohio State pulling a kid from Rice, an offensive lineman. Duke from Tulane to Duke, not too big of a deal. But you go down here, you have another cat. This looks like something that West Virginia has done. Oklahoma's going to Western Carolina. Colorado's going to Tulsa. It's not unusual for big programs to go to smaller programs. Look at here. Grady Norton went from Cal Poly to Michigan. So from Cal Poly to Michigan, you see it right there, 53. So with that, I'm just wondering why see what Tim Green's saying here. Okay, so guys, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because legitimately, it's not like West Virginia. I saw William Davis, and I thought, oh my gosh, he's come from Virginia Union. I had to look up Virginia Union. Braden Siders is coming from Wyoming. Wyoming's not a bad program because, the Bills quarterback came from where? Wyoming, and he's kind of a big deal, right? So look down here. We have Texas Tech, a kid named Alex Harkey going to Oregon. Florida, then you have West Virginia. You have two kids transferring from West Virginia to Virginia Tech and West Virginia, Missouri. That's Trotter and Rymack. And you go down, and it looks like it's pretty much lateral. But it looks like West Virginia is on par with everyone else. Now, they're losing some talented guys, but Jamari is a talented, athletic ball player, a legitimate, inside linebacker or outside linebacker that can get it done. I looked at a little bit of tape. Lateral speed's really good. Nose for the ball. Really excited to see that. We have not had a presence like that in the line. In the backfield. Now, D-backs, we'll get into that in a little bit, but linebacker core really needs some help, especially with, Trotter moving on. But let's go down here a little bit. So you get picking up what I'm putting down. Most of these schools, CJ's going to Ohio State. We know that. But let me show you this. Let me just change this up. Get to see my big head again. Let's go through who we have. So, leading the charge for the highest ranked athlete would be Jamari. He's a 4-star. Everyone else is a 3-star. Now, I mentioned earlier, and I've just beat this dead horse, Pat White was a 3-star. It's about Rich Rod getting the players that he feels comfortable with executing on Saturday what he wants them to do. What he did at Jack State, what he did at Arizona, Michigan. Now, Michigan and Arizona was a little harder. He couldn't just go out and grab guys. He still had legacy players for a little bit. Let's go through here. These all look like guys that have a hard edge. Fred Perry, lays wood. Okay. Very, very close to being a 4-star safety. Jordan Scruggs, didn't see a lot of tape on him, but I'm sure his coaching staff has a lot more tape than what old Shane has. Michael Coates, another kid I didn't see much on other than watching a highlight from that Nevada game where they upset who the hell they upset beginning of the season. Anyways, they watched that game. Walter Youngbear, offensive lineman, big guy, big body guy, athletic. I think he's more of a pass blocker, but I'm hoping he can. I hope these guys can run block. Justin Harrington came from Washington. Ty Edwards came from Northern Iowa. Ashton Woods, Cam Vaughn. Cam Vaughn is a legit quick twitch Tavon Austin type. Guys, he's going to be exciting. He's going to be exciting. Another guy is pretty exciting. Braden Siders. He's legitimately he's a big dude. Big, strapping, tall guy. I'm like 5'11", 3/4 with shoes on 6 foot, and he's a good 4 inches taller than me. Jalen Henderson. Is he the guy? Is he? Because, I think Nico, it's not his job. I think it's going to be, hey, everyone has a shot. It's like the first day of The Bachelor. You don't know what the hell's happening. This Ty Crawford came from Arkansas. He was staying at the hotel I was staying at. He's the one that I chatted with briefly before he was getting picked up. I think I'm leaning towards this is looking pretty good. I had my doubts when I'm sitting in a hotel, seeing some of these guys, and then reading up on who we've lost. It's not really this for that, because this offense is going to be completely different. This defense is going to be different. You're going to have that bend, don't break type of defense you had 15 years ago. At least we hope. And Rich Rod is not going to manage the game. He's going to go after it. He's going to be really aggressive. Let's think back to now it wasn't McAfee, it was Phil, whatever his name was the punter that had that fake punt in the Sugar Bowl against Georgia. That's riverboat gambler type of crap there. Legitimate, aggressive football. So I'm going to get to the chat here, see what Eric Saab has to say. Rich always did a great job of getting players who are right fit for the system. Chris Henry, Slayton. Yeah, and can he get? Here's the thing. Here's the linchpin that will absolutely shout out to Eric Saab. I had a migraine and he took good care of me at work. Here's the thing that will just be the linchpin, and I'll have warm and fuzzies for the football season. Yes, I'm going to renew my season tickets, but Chris Henry Jr. Pac-Man himself said it's likely he's going to Pac-Man gets what Pac-Man wants, is what he said, quote unquote. So, can Rich Rod land him? That's right. Rich Rod's very good at that. Phil Brady, that's who the punter was. Eric, you are correct. So, it's all said and done. Rich Rod will get the players that fits the system. Now, here's the thing. He's getting these players, and he's luring some good players. That Ty Crawford was supposed to go to UCLA. We're not competing against Toledo, although Toledo beat Pitt, which we couldn't do this year. So it's really a good thing. It's really, he's getting these guys. Man, I can't wait. So with that, I want to talk a little bit about basketball. This is a football show. I know, boys college football, West Virginia Channel football. But when I thought West Virginia, I thought they had no chance in hell against Iowa State. Iowa State looked Final Four, take anybody, anytime, shoot, play defense, aggressive, trap. turn the ball over, and that's exactly what he did West Virginia first few minutes. And then Magic, Mountaineer Magic. Was it the logo himself looking down from heaven, making everyone in the Coliseum just believe that the Mountaineers could win? Because guess what? I think the only person, or the only few folks that thought they could win, were the ones wearing the old school Mountaineer light blue and gold uniforms. Those joints were fire. So I think the Mountaineers themselves were surprised at how well they did. Guys, I turned it off just for a second, turned it back on, and I was blown away. Now, after the third game, after that pit game, you will know what kind of product Rich Rod has put on the field. You will know. But what you don't know, if you look back on the tape, Joey and I had Arizona State picked last. We were all caught up on all these other teams. We totally didn't even talk about Arizona State. I did the Magic 8 Ball, that digital Magic 8 Ball I do, and it actually had Arizona State having like 9 wins when I look back at that. And that's eerie. That's really eerie. So with that, I wanted to give everybody a shout out. It's the off season. The spring game is going to be a game that I'm actually probably going to go to. You couldn't pay me years past to go to those spring games. It's just a glorified practice. But I'm excited to see these young guys, Jamari Robson, Ty Crawford, man, they got some talented individuals getting ready to snap the ball. With quarterback situation, what the hell are you going to do with quarterback situation? Guys, you got Jalen Henderson, who's a lefty. I mean, you got 2 lefties. Max Brown's come from Charlotte. He looks like a baby Pat White, right? He's only a 2-star, but guys, he's really fast, really athletic. Is he second coming of Pat White? He's 6'3", 230 pounds. So I think Pat White was 190, like 6 foot. I don't know. But Max Brown's a load. 6'3", 230. I'm 6 foot, 220, and I'm a load. Can you imagine 3 more inches and being young and strapping and handsome? Man, that's tough. That'd be tough to bring down. Let me see how big Jalen Henderson is. 6'3", 220. Do you guys see like some sort of, Rich Rod likes these thicker running backs. Quarterbacks. I misspoke because guess what? He uses that quarterback position. Looking back last year in Jacksonville State, he uses that quarterback position as a runner. Their quarterback last year for Jacksonville State had the most carries of any person on the team. So that old saying, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. He's going to have 2 legit quarterbacks who are going to see time. He is. So, got Max Brown, Jalen Henderson. You got Nico. So, with that, how high, if you were to rank this recruiting class? Now, it's like 57. It's 57 if you were to rank it. Not that great, not that terrible. But I want to show you something. Who is ranked high according to 24/7 Sports? Texas Tech. They're killing it. Ole Miss and LSU. Now, Ole Miss, LSU, I could give two craps. But that's a little team there in Lubbock that the Mountaineers have to play. And they look like they just killed it in the transfer portal. So, will we take that with a grain of salt? I don't know. But let's get to the chat. And then I got to figure out how to watch the Mountaineers play. But I want you to put another log in the fire. Stay warm. Shannon Miller, a year from now, no doubt, some of these guys will be fantastic. Some will be busts. Let's pray we hit more than we miss. So I want to ask Shannon, Eric, Tim, who else? Kelly McCourt. Kelly, I got a hat for you there. I'll get it to you. So, are you hoping not only that West Virginia looks sharp, but do you want them to rock the glossy helmet? Put one in the chat if you want glossy helmets. Okay, I want one. I want glossy helmets. Glossy helmets, baby. Bring back the glossy helmet. I'll tell you what, guys. There's going to be grown men crying like their baby girl got married. Trying to catch your breath, kid, because they see Rich Rod run out. I swear, it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be me, but I know there's some cats because I got a little bit sniffly during his speech at the Coliseum. Pat Mack, everybody juiced up. He kind of got thrown off by that guy just, yelling, "Go back to Michigan," or whatever the hell he yelled. But it hit you in the feels. It got you a little bit. CBS, yes, that's right. CBS Sports Network. I'll go to my Hulu, go through, try to find it. Is on YouTube, right? Not TV tonight. Yeah, okay, Kenny. So, yeah, I typed the one. Tim says glossy helmets for sure. Yeah, give me an extra clear coat on that bad boy. I want to see glossy helmets. I want to see him give that tape speech, a little bit of air in the helmet, tie those shoes a little tighter, right? That's the speech I want. I want that, I need that speech to go out to finish shoveling my driveway. Got more snow. It's like -10. That snow can just stay there. It's too freaking cold. I gave my birds they probably in a week they probably ate 30 pounds of seed. But yeah, it's a good time. So put logs in the fire. Gonna put the Mountaineers on. I'm in my office. Gonna turn the TV off. Go to my game room. Logs on fire. Watch that bad boy. Watch Mountaineers lay some wood to Arizona State. Arizona State doesn't know what's coming. But is this going to be what Mountaineer team we're going to see? They're either really, really good or okay, they're struggling a little bit. But Smalls, man, he can light it up. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for Eric Saab wants the shiny helmet. I'm not a big fan of the state of West Virginia. I like the Flying WV. I could be white or blue helmet, but I don't like the yellow helmets. Not a big fan. But you know who loves the old Flying WV and who would like the shiny helmets? Golden Blue, dude. I'm sure Chris would have dug that. That we're doing the retro thing. So once again, I will be here next Tuesday. And if you like Steelers football, hit me on the Steelers Dynasty podcast. Bubba Brewer and myself talk about a little bit of football, a lot about life and food. It's a good time. It's more of a community. So with that, take care, Mountaineers, and I'll see you next week.